They thought they had the power to destroy you. They lied about you, turned people against you, and tried to take away your peace. They made you feel alone, like no one was on your side. But what they didn't realize was that you were never alone. What they did to you did not go unseen. God was watching. And now they have set something in motion that they cannot control. They thought they could hurt you without consequences. They believed that because you were quiet, you were weak. They thought that because you didn't fight back, you had no power. But what they didn't understand is that silence is not weakness. Your patience was not surrender. While they were plotting against you, God was preparing something greater. And now the fire they started is no longer in their hands. It is in God's hands. And He does not let His chosen ones suffer without reason. Everything they did to you was meant to break you. They wanted to see you fall, to see you give up. They wanted you to believe that you had no future, that you had no worth. But all they did was make you stronger. Every insult, every betrayal, every painful moment only built you up. While they were trying to tear you down, God was using that pain to shape you into something greater than they ever imagined. And now the weight of their actions is coming back to them. They have no idea what they have done. They thought they were in control. They thought they had power over you, but they were wrong. The moment they turned against you, they sealed their own fate. The harm they caused is now returning to them. The fire they lit to burn you is now out of their control, and it is spreading in a way they never expected. The same way they made you suffer, they will now experience their own suffering. Not because you wished it upon them, but because divine justice cannot be escaped. What goes around comes around, and now their time has come. There is a law in the universe that cannot be broken. Whatever you put out into the world will come back to you. The energy you send to others is the energy you will receive. People think they can hurt others and walk away without consequences. They believe they can mistreat the chosen ones and never have to face the results of their actions. But they are wrong. God does not ignore injustice. When you are chosen, you live a different kind of life. Your struggles are not ordinary. The people who attack you are not random. The pain you go through is not without meaning. It is all part of a bigger plan. But the ones who caused you harm never thought about that. They didn't consider that they were interfering with something divine. They saw you as an easy target, but they didn't realize that by touching you, they were touching something sacred. And now the universe is correcting the balance. What they did to you may have hurt, but it did not destroy you. God did not allow it to destroy you because He has a purpose for your life. Instead of breaking you, it built you up. Instead of ruining your future, it pushed you closer to your destiny. And now the same energy they sent toward you is returning to them. The very pain they wanted you to experience is knocking on their own door. They have lit a fire they cannot put out, because that fire is fueled by their own actions. God does not let His chosen ones suffer without purpose. Every tear you cried, He counted. Every night you felt alone, He was there. Every time you were betrayed, He saw it. And now, the time for justice has come. The people who thought they could get away with hurting you will now see that God does not forget. The same way they made you feel helpless, they will now feel helpless. The same way they turned people against you, they will find themselves surrounded by false friends and betrayal, because that is the law of the universe. And no one, no matter how powerful they think they are, can escape it. Everything you have been through was a test. The hardships, the betrayals, the loneliness, it was all preparing you for something bigger. You were never being destroyed. You were being shaped. But at the time, it didn't feel that way. At the time, it felt like you were losing. It felt like the world was against you. You wondered why you had to suffer so much while others seemed to live an easy life. But the truth is, your path was never meant to be easy, because your purpose is not ordinary. You see, when God chooses someone for a greater mission, He does not give them a simple life. He does not let them walk the same road as everyone else. Instead, He tests them. He puts them through the fire. He removes people from their lives. He takes them through seasons of struggle so that when the time comes, they are ready for what He has planned. You were not abandoned. You were being prepared. The people who hurt you thought they were breaking you. They thought they were winning, but they were actually playing a role in your transformation. Without even knowing it, they pushed you toward your destiny. Their rejection made you stronger. Their cruelty made you wiser. Their lies forced you to rely on truth. Everything they did, thinking it would stop you, only made you more powerful. They were part of your test, but they were never meant to defeat you. The pain was real, but so was the growth. You survived things that were meant to destroy you. You walked through storms that would have taken out a weaker person. You kept going, when everything inside you wanted to give up. That is the difference between you and them. They thought the battle was external, but it was always internal. And now, after everything, you have come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever. They thought they could bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. Every time they tried to push you down, they were actually pushing you into your growth. And now as you rise, they will have no choice but to watch. The same people who laughed at you, who underestimated you, who thought you would never make it, they will see that God had his hands on you the entire time. And there is nothing they can do about it. They thought they were weakening you. Every insult, every lie, every betrayal, they believed it was breaking you down. But what they didn't realize is that their attacks were doing the opposite. Instead of making you weaker, they were making you stronger. Instead of destroying your spirit, they were building your resilience. Everything they threw at you became fuel for your growth. Life is not about what happens to you, but how you respond to it. And you didn't let their negativity define you. You didn't let their cruelty shape who you are. Instead, you turned your pain into power. While they were busy trying to pull you down, you were quietly rising. They thought they were taking something from you, but in reality they were giving you exactly what you needed, the strength to become unstoppable. Think back to the moments when you felt like you had nothing left, when the weight of their words, their actions and their betrayals felt too much to carry. And yet somehow you survived. You pushed through, you kept going. That is the power of being chosen. You were never meant to break, because what is within you is greater than anything they could ever throw at you. Now look at where you are. You are not the same person they tried to destroy. You are wiser, stronger, and more aware than ever before. They didn't weaken you, they sharpened you. They didn't silence you. They gave you a reason to speak louder. And now as you stand in your power, they are starting to realize the truth. They never had control over your destiny. Their attacks only prepared you for the greatness that was always meant to be yours. They thought they could do whatever they wanted to you and walk away without consequences. They believed that because you didn't fight back, there would be no justice. But what they failed to understand is that when they touched you, they touched something sacred. When they came against you, they came against God's plan. And now, the consequences of their actions are unfolding in ways they never expected. God does not allow his chosen ones to be mistreated without reason. Every battle you faced, every hardship you endured, was seen. Your tears did not go unnoticed. The pain they caused is being weighed, and now the balance is shifting. The fire they started is now turning back on them, and they can't stop it. They thought they were in control, but they were never in control. They were simply playing a role in a divine plan they didn't even understand. The thing about karma, about divine justice, is that it doesn't always come right away. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it moves in silence, but when it comes, it cannot be escaped. The same way they made you feel powerless, they will now feel powerless. The same way they laughed at your pain, they will now experience their own struggles. Not because you wished harm upon them, but because universal law cannot be ignored. They woke up something they weren't ready for. They stirred the forces that were always protecting you. They assumed they could do what they wanted and walk away untouched, but they were wrong. And now, the same energy they used to try to harm you is consuming them. They have set into motion a storm they cannot stop. And there is nothing they can do but watch as the consequences of their own actions unfold before them. They thought they had the power to stop you. They tried to block your blessings, delay your progress, and silence your voice. But no one, not them, not their jealousy, not their lies, can stand in the way of what God has planned for you. Your destiny is already written, and nothing they do can change that. What they didn't realize is that every attempt to stop you was actually pushing you forward. They thought they were closing doors, but they were only leading you to the right ones. They thought they were making life harder for you, but all they did was push you closer to the breakthrough that was always meant to be yours. Every obstacle they placed in your path became another lesson that strengthened you. The problem with people who try to interfere with God's plan is that they think they have more power than they actually do. They forget that they are not in control. God's plan is bigger than their opinions. His timing is greater than their tricks. No amount of manipulation, lies, or betrayal can change what He has already set in motion. And now you are stepping into the very blessings they tried to keep from you. The doors they thought they closed are opening wider than ever before. The opportunities they thought they could block are now falling into place effortlessly. Everything they tried to stop is still happening because God's plan is unstoppable. They will have no choice but to watch. They will see you rise. They will witness your success, your happiness, your peace. And the best part? They won't be able to do anything about it because what God has for you is yours. No one, not them, not their jealousy, not their schemes, can take it away. Everything they did to you is coming back to them. They may have thought they got away with it. They may have believed their lies, their betrayal, their manipulation would have no consequences. But what they sowed, they will now reap. The universe is like a mirror. The energy you put out always returns to you, whether good or bad. When they chose to attack you, when they tried to make your life harder, they weren't just hurting you. They were setting themselves up for their own downfall. They planted seeds of destruction, and now those seeds have grown into a storm they cannot escape. You never had to seek revenge. You never had to fight back. You just had to keep walking forward, trusting that divine justice would take care of what you could not. And now it is happening. The same pain they caused you will now become part of their own experience. The betrayals they put you through, they will now face betrayal in their own lives. The tears they caused, they will now cry their own. This is not about wishing harm upon anyone. It's about understanding that justice is always served. God does not allow harm to go unanswered. He does not let His chosen ones suffer without reason. Those who tried to destroy you only destroyed their own peace. They wrote their own fate the moment they chose to come against you. And now they will witness what happens when you interfere with God's plan. Look around. Look at how much has changed. You are not in the same place where they left you. You are not the broken person they expected you to be. While they were busy trying to tear you down, you were growing, evolving, transforming. They thought their actions would destroy you, but instead, they pushed you toward your purpose. And now, you are rising. While they struggle with the weight of their own choices, you are stepping into a new season of victory. While they are trapped in the negativity they created, you are walking in peace. Everything they did to stop you only helped you. Everything they meant for harm has been turned into something greater. This is how divine justice works. It doesn't just punish those who did wrong. It also lifts up those who stayed true to their path. You didn't let their darkness change you. You didn't let their hate make you bitter. And because of that, you are now being rewarded. Doors are opening. Blessings are arriving. The life they tried to block is now unfolding before your eyes. And the best part? They will have no choice but to watch. They will see you succeed. They will see you happy. They will see you thriving in ways they never expected. And there is nothing they can do to stop it. You have suffered in silence. You have endured betrayal, loneliness, and attacks from people who never should have been against you. You have had moments where you wondered if it was all worth it. But now the tables are turning. God is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Psalm 23:5 says it clearly. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. This means that your success, your blessings, your happiness, they will not be hidden. The same people who tried to destroy you will have to sit back and watch you receive everything they thought they could take away. They will see you walk into rooms they tried to lock you out of. They will see you receive blessings they told you were impossible. They will see you rise in ways they never imagined. And the most powerful part, there is nothing they can do to stop it. Because this was always God's plan. This was always meant for you. They laughed at you when you were down. Now they will have to watch you rise. They mocked your struggles, but now they will see you live in abundance. The pain they caused was real, but so is the justice that is now unfolding. God is setting the table, and you? You are about to sit at it. You were never forgotten. You were never forsaken. Everything you went through had a purpose. Every hardship was shaping you. Every betrayal was redirecting you. Every painful moment was part of your transformation. And now your time has come. No more struggling in the shadows. No more questioning your worth. No more allowing the past to define you. This is your season of elevation. You have outgrown the pain. You have risen above the betrayal. You have stepped into the destiny that was always meant for you, and as you walk forward, do not look back. Do not worry about those who hurt you. Their fate is no longer your concern. Justice will take care of them. The same way they made you feel small, they will now experience their own fall. And you? You will continue rising, untouched by their negativity, unstoppable in your purpose. God has already written your story, and no enemy, no betrayal, no setback can change it. The fire they lit to destroy you has only purified you. You are stronger, you are wiser, and you are ready for what's next. Your time has come. Walk into it with confidence.